Hello YouTube, this is going to be about the 5th time I've tried to make this video. And I want to make this video because it's getting down to holiday season, the time that everybody's getting some kind of game console. And most people this year are getting a Nintendo Switch. And just in case I look stupid, I might not be looking directly at the camera this whole time because I'm not that used to using my iPhone as a camera. And usually I've been doing gameplay videos a lot lately, and I have perfected looking at the camera and not the screen. So I decided to give my takes on what I'm getting for this holiday season. And for the longest time, this was what I was going to get for this holiday season, because I am a child that doesn't have a job because we move around too much. So I have to, and some other reasons, it's not all my fault that I don't have a job. I know that sounds ridiculous that I get games and get good stuff and I don't have a job, and my parents would get me that, because to me it sounds stupid too. But this was my original plan. I was going to get me a Nintendo Switch, Zelda, and a Zelda themed case to carry it around in. But after some time, well, just had to make certain I had it here. Because I kind of have it already. But I wanted to give my list on why I decided to get this console. Well, not this console, the game for this already existing console that didn't sell amazingly well. And that console is the PS Vita. And I was going to get the Nintendo Switch and get one game for it, but I realized that, like, I kind of already knew, but I realized that the PS Vita is as much dead as it might be to Sony, just because it didn't do as amazing in sales. It's a pretty capable handheld. First of all, I had only one game for the longest time. I want to talk about that for a little bit. I've only had this for the longest time. Little Big Planet PS Vita. And I only had this for the longest time because I downloaded Minecraft on here. And Minecraft, I bought it in a case just like this. And I threw it for dramatic effect in the last video. And I'm too lazy to go find it right now, because this phone has been irritating me. But basically I only had this in Minecraft. I bought Minecraft. I'm gonna say this because it bugged me. But this might be rambling a little bit. I bought it in an actual case, right? An actual case, which means I expected an actual game cartridge. But I got it in the car, and I opened the thing, and guess what? There was no game cartridge. And I promise you, it made me look at it a few times. I looked at it, I couldn't believe it for a second. I thought I dropped it. I thought that somehow the game cartridge fell out onto the floor, and I thought I lost it for good. But then I realized in tiny print on the top was no game cartridge included. That is completely stupid. And if you ever do that again, I'm going to be even more angry. I'm angry now because as much as I love Minecraft on here, it took up too much space, because you only get 1 gigabyte out of the box. Well, a little bit over 1 gigabyte, but basically 1 gigabyte. I think it's over 1 gigabyte. I'm not certain. Not certain. But you only get one of those. And just for example, you don't get much space on this thing. I want to warn you, you don't get much space if you do decide to get one of these. Oh, see, I guess it was right on my chair. I thought I threw it finally. But look, it says in tiny print up here. Who would notice this? You see that on a clearance shelf this far back, which is probably wasn't supposed to be on clearance, but you see it this far back, you can see Minecraft. I went and got it immediately without looking without looking. I spent $10 on it though. Okay, now that I passed that, I want to give a list of my games I have on this thing, and most importantly, like, this is just a list of the games I have on here, just to kind of put it in there. And games are pretty cheap on this thing. Most of these games, I spent less than $20 on. Like, the most expensive game I've seen on there at a local game store is $20. Well, not $20, $30. and you might notice some cats in the background, and you might notice my room's not exactly clean right now. But I cleaned it up the other day, and I thought that you couldn't notice it in the video until I had to restart this video and turn it facing me. But these are the games I have. This game is Borderlands 2. This is a very capable version of Borderlands 2. It's not the best. Not probably if Nintendo Switch had Borderlands, it would probably be better than this one. But it's not that bad. If you have nothing else, and you just focus on this game, focus on nothing else. Don't focus on the graphics of it, because sometimes there's some pop-in, and sometimes textures don't get put on wall. And even when textures don't get put on stuff, I've paid attention. I've examined it next to the PS3 version, and it's not the best, but it's very good for what it is. I got Little Big Planet PS Vita with what it wasn't my favorite game mostly because if you have nothing else, but it wasn't my favorite game for a long time. Well, it was my favorite game because I only had one game for a long time. But if you only have a platformer, you're gonna get tired of platformers. My phone is going dead, so I gotta get done with this video. But I also have Freedom Wars, which I'm gonna get back to in a second. I have this game that's very boring called Soul Sacrifice. It's boring to me, but it's a little beat 'em up. You might enjoy it, you might not. Might be your thing, but they have a wide range of games on here. And some people are still making them. Like it's not dead yet, and you can still get good games on here. And especially if you get a 32 gigabyte, what I plan on getting a memory card for this thing, and I'm not gonna current, and a whole lot of games. But I have Soul Sacrifice, Freedom Wars. Freedom Wars I'm gonna get to, because I had some issues with GameStop. I'm going to also put this into another video I'm going to make later. But this game bugs me. Well, not bugs me. Not the game itself, but how I got it. My experience at GameStop. It bugged me for a little bit. First of all, I went up there, and this is the exact case I found it in. Not the exact case, but exactly what it looked like. So, I found it in this case. You get me? With, if you can see anything on there, in the tiny text, English. Right, English. So, I picked it off the shelf, $10 game, some anime looking characters on there, I'm in. So, I took it off the shelf, I paid for it, I took it home, put the thing out of the thing, and I put it in my game console. But guess what? No English was found. Only Japanese character. I could not understand to save my life. I could not understand it. But I got it fixed. I will admit I got it fixed. But I want to be mad, but I understand, because look, these cartridges, I want to warn you, if you ever find any of these used or anywhere, they don't have any indication on what region they are. They don't have the E for everybody or anything on there. They have the not sure if you can see it, but they have the European thing on there. I forgot what they call it. I think you call it Europe, but you might also call it England. I don't know, but it has that on there. But that's just on anything plastic mostly that I've seen lately. But it really bugged me. But luckily I was able to go to another store and they had an English copy of it, and I was able to play it for a little bit. And it's a very fun game. It reminds me a lot of Monster Hunter, but I haven't played that much into Monster Hunter. It reminds me of Monster Hunter, but with a different scheme on it. You can use guns, but you have to find ammo for those guns. You have to get ammo for those guns. And you get swords. You can get new swords and stuff like that, you know. But it's pretty much Monster Hunter, but with anime theme. But there's a lot of customizations options in there. You can really make your character. And I had fun doing it. Not the best options for customizing your character, but pretty fun for a portable. And I think it'll be very fun if they made it onto a big console. But I'm also considering buying, if I can find it cheap enough, a PlayStation TV just to play this game, which is so how fun it is. Because it is PlayStation TV compatible. I think that mostly means it doesn't have any touchscreens in it, any touchscreen controls, so it can map over perfectly for it. But I think I went over mostly everything. I do want to mention one last thing. I know this is kind of a rambling video. This might be getting a little bit longer. But this thing is built very well. I have dropped this on concrete. I maybe got mad at it. But I will admit, you hear this little creasing in it. It's only on one side because I might have gotten mad when I got that Japanese game and I could not find an English setting anywhere. And sorry my voice, I have a little speech thing. I'm sorry if some people will have trouble understanding me. And I will admit, I've been made fun of for it. So don't even start, because I'm used to it. Okay? Oh, turn it on. But this thing can take a beating. This is the slim model, which I'm thinking of the slim model can take a beating. The thick one, the thick one, you know what I mean? But that one probably can take a good beating too, which I do plan on getting that one eventually. I don't plan on doing drop tests for both of them, but I have gotten mad at it. Most I got is this. It did not mean to screenshot anything. I didn't know I could do that. But I also, the first few weeks I had it, and I was in a town that I was living in at the time. I told you I move around a lot. In Nacogdoches, Texas, which they have a lot of bumpy concrete down there. And I was at a Kroger's getting out of the car, and it slid out of my pocket and it landed on the hard, broken up concrete, which, if you can notice, got a little bit of scuff there, but not bad, not bad. I was irritated about it. I was mad about it because I got this for my birthday, and after I got the 2DS, which, not 2DS, 3DS, the new 3DS XL. I'll get into that later. I didn't have fun with that 2DS XL, but I am still a 3DS fan, as you can say. Like so I'll tell you about it later. I'm planning on doing a different video about it. But it can take a beating, so I think it's safe to give it to a kid. Not like, I'm not saying you would, because I think a lot of these games are more aimed towards adults. I'm not saying all of them are, but they have a lot more rated T for teen games than rated M for mature, like Borderlands. This Soul Sacrifice, which every time I see that, it reminds me of Soul Calibur, because you see this guy. I haven't got that far into this game because it's kind of boring to me. He looks like Nightmare from Soul Calibur, so that's what I think of every time I see that. Just wanted to go off my head. But most of these, a lot more of these games are rated T for teen than the 3DS would be. Like, they have a lot more kid-friendly games. So like I would say this is pretty good for a kid though, since the game cards not like the PS. I don't think I showed you these. These aren't the exact size as the Nintendo Switch games almost. Just these ones are thinner. But not like the PSP. These ones don't break as easy. Like I've had some. I've actually accidentally broken some of those PSP games, and I didn't have that as a kid. I actually got that fairly recently, early this year maybe. Like early this year. But yeah, put that back in there. But I would say this is a great console for what it is. Like, and the games aren't disappearing. For example, for a while they had these games up at Walmart. When I got some money, when I was planning to buy Borderlands 2, I was planning to buy my local Walmart. I went up there just that day. They took all the PS Vita, the poor PS Vita game off sale. I don't know what they did with it. I went to my local game exchange, which is my preferred game place, because these people down here are really sweet, really nice, and really cool to talk to sometimes. They will help you. If you come down to Denton, don't go to GameStop, because, okay, if anybody watches, they got some people, like, most people are nice, but there's one guy, he's a blank. You can do as you will with that. But most of them are nice, but I just hate that just because of that guy, which really irritates me. But I went there to get it. I went to the game exchange to get it. Wait, not the game exchange. I went to the GameStop to get it, so I'm getting my stories mixed up. But I went to GameStop to get it just because that's right by Walmart. I went there to get it. they didn't have it either. I had to go to Game Exchange to get it, and they luckily had one more copy left. Only one, which was shows that someone's buying them, but also shows that they're going up because, for example, the Game Exchange sale is probably maybe a little bit longer than my arm right here. Probably a little bit longer than my arm of PS Vita game. That's all they got, and it's not even full shelf. And the GameStop, they have not a full shelf like on the back. They have like little middle rack shelves. If you've ever been to a GameStop, you understand what I'm talking about. They have little middle rack shelves that they keep the Wii stuff on and the stuff like stuff that they don't want to display as proudly. That's why I think like where's like the clearance racks in between, you know. But they have like a little bitty section for like probably as thin as my body. Probably as thin as my body. Just so how skinny I am. Like this notebook, maybe a little bit thicker than this notebook. And going all, like not all the way up, just a little section of PS Vita game with shows that they're running up. So if you want to collect this system, which I really think you should, it's a really amazing console, and it's a little bit cheaper and a little bit easier to find game. Point is, it's drying up. This is the reason I'm getting it, because these games are disappearing. I want to be able to enjoy it. The Nintendo Switch is going to be around for a little bit. The PS Vita might not, from what I've been seeing in my local community. Well, thank you, people. Hopefully, I have persuaded some people to go to the PlayStation side of portability. And if not, please just come back and watch my next video, because I plan to make one on my Nintendo disappointments I've had in my recent memory. Well, thank you. If you have noticed, I've been nervous this whole video. But if you have noticed, I'm sorry. I really am. I'm not used to being on videos. But thank you, and come again. Peace.